Driven in part by the ash dieback pandemic, demand for mechanised tree care solutions remains on the rise. But in the competitive telehandler market, you need something to stand out from the crowd. In Magni, Field and Forest Machinery thinks it's found just that.
So that's the Magni RTH 631, so a 6-tonne 31 metre lift machine powered by the Volvo Penta power unit at 175 horsepower, full hydrostatic transmission on it, and the key factors on there are it's the safety of the combination of that and the Westec attachment on there, with full RFID chips on there, which loads up a load chart for all operating modes of the machine. So it means that the operator has a safe working window. So this particular setup can do up to 3.6 tonnes capacity and in a working radius of up to 17.5 metres on there from the front of the machine. So making it very versatile, especially for the type of work we see going on behind us when you're working on roadsides and on tracks. It's a very versatile setup, allowing you to set up one set of stabilisers on one side of the machine at full extension and have the other side at maybe a more limited setup, but still giving you full capacity over the fully rigged stabilisers.
We've been doing grapple saws now for 4 years, I would say. We've installed over 100 GMTs. That was our first grapple saw brand that we started working with. We've done them on a variety of different machines. The very first one we did was on a Merlot Roto with the GMT Total Tree Control. Since then, we've put them on floating excavators, we've put them on tractor cranes, we've put them on lorries, we've put them on just smaller lorries with the cranes at like the sort of ARB trucks. And then from then, Westec, we got involved with Westec 2 years ago now actually, and the Westec and the GMT, they go hand in hand with each other. We then started installing GMTs on Magni Rotos, and then we saw the quality of the Magni and the fact that we've got the RFID chip, we've got the live load charts, we've got the health and safety from the side of things. It ticked all the boxes and it really aligned with what we wanted to do. We initially started doing just the forestry machinery in the UK, just the forestry setup, and we now represent Magni in Scotland for their full line. When working with a brand, it's all about the people behind the brand. So being able to speak to the guys, not only the guys at Magni UK, but having a direct link to the factory, the quality of the machines as well, and also they listen to customers. One of the main things about Magni as well, so the Westec, we have an RFID tag for the Westec, and then we didn't have one for the GMT 035, but we now have a load chart for GMT 035 and the GMT 050, and that happened within a space of about 6 or 8 weeks from request, so it was very reactive in what they do. So they listen to you, and they're a really proactive company. We look at where they've come from to where they are now, and I think it's 13 years they've been around for. So they're occupying a good space, and we see them as well. A lot of the forestry guys as well. They're leading the market in what we do.
What do people tend to find when they try Magni for the first time?
Well, the first thing is the stability. They are a very stable unit with very smooth controls on there. The combination of the two makes it a safe operation. The key values of Magni are safety and innovation, so the two things go hand in hand there. So having that safe working envelope with the RFID chips giving a very accurate position of the machine and things like that, combined with the abilities to short rig the machine or short rig one side of the machine to give you optimum load charts and optimum stability in there with the smooth controls, gives a very good operator experience. With the cab itself, with the uprated cab on the 631, it's a very spacious environment and a very comfortable operating environment if you've got to spend all day in it. We're finding a lot of regulation with the ash dieback pandemic, I guess you'd call it, in the UK at the moment. There is a lot more probably official bodies, highways agencies, railways, local authorities who are having to clear large areas of trees, especially the ash trees. With this, they want the risk assessments done properly, and having correct load charts in order to do this is driving the industry forward. And as with everything, it's far safer to do something mechanically than it is have somebody climb and the inherent risks of that.
We're supplying to the arboricultural sector mainly, which is a really growing industry in the UK. The mechanical ARB side of things 5 years ago was, there were some tree shears going around on diggers, but it was fairly non-existent, and it's really set itself apart, the mechanical ARB side of things, site clearance, etc. So Field and Forest are, I would say, the leaders in that space.